Hi everyone, Peter Young, author of The Blue Team. If you have 2 minutes, I have another book review for you. This time it is one of the classics. It's David Halberstam's The Breaks of the Game. So this was originally published in 1981, and Halberstam follows the 1979-1980 season in the NBA and the Portland Trail Blazers. So Halberstam, great writer, authored well over 20 books, won a lot of awards, and this is a fantastic book. I originally read it back in the 1990s, read it again here in 2020, and will probably read it again in the future someday. So why is this book so good? Well, for me, it checks all the boxes. I love basketball and I love history. And when I think about the history of the NBA, I think about the 60s, dominated by the Celtics and Bill Russell. They won 9 out of 10. The 80s, it was Bird and Magic. The 1990s, that was Michael Jordan's decade. But what about the 70s? What happened in the 70s? Did you know that there are 5 teams in the NBA that haven't won an NBA title since they won it all in the 1970s? So in addition to the 79-80 season, Halberstam in this book gives a lot of backstory from the 70s. There's the old ABA. There are these fascinating contract negotiations between the league and TV networks, between teams and players and their agents. There's all kinds of great characters, and Halberstam develops all of them. And he also gives a lot of Bill Walton. I mean, Bill Walton's on the cover of this book, and he didn't even play for the Trailblazers during the 79-80 season. So a lot of people know Bill Walton as this wacky sports commentator that does a lot of college basketball games and talks about everything but the game going on. But back in his day, when he was healthy, he was one of the best centers in the league, but injuries destroyed his career. So he is a fascinating individual, and for some reason, Halberstam was obsessed with him. So there's a lot of Bill Walton in the book. Again, a lot of backstory. And if you love basketball, you love the NBA, this is a must-read because the league has changed so much since the 1970s. And as you read this, I think you will be absolutely stunned and fascinated by the changes. So there you go. That's it. 2-minute book review on Breaks of the Game. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite. If you've liked this review, give it a like, give it a share. And if you think you know the 5 teams that haven't won an NBA championship since they last won in the 70s, go ahead and leave a comment below. And as always, until next time, keep reading.